Welcome, everyone. Let's get ready for some NBA basketball. Well, both these teams are struggling, RJ. Neither is playing great basketball right now.
Oh, no, they're not. But this is an upside. Somebody is going to come out on top tonight, and that could bring some confidence because, boy, we know they need it.
So the Nets starting five. MP out there with Thomas. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Sharp. And it's Wilson in at the four-man position. Kessler with the bucket.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He will gladly take those.
Here's MP. The three from George. It's hauled in by George. And so George will bring it up for Utah. The shot by Markkanen, nobody around. A three-pointer, no good. The Nets on offense. George with the steal. And now the fast break. George with the ball. And it's off from three-point range. Thomas with the ball. Bailey picks him up. A three from MP. Rebound, Utah. They come in fresh off a win against the Warriors.
And that one, they owned the backboards. Most of the second chance opportunities went to them.
And you could tell it was demoralizing for their opponent, missing out on all those extra possessions.
Let's see the connected cam angle on that stunning play, brought to you by AT&T. Here's Wilson after the basket by Utah. It's George on the wing. And again, it's the Nets missing. George against Markkanen. Pass to George. Fires for three. That's a no-go, and he's still looking for his first bucket after two shots. George finds MP. A shot's good on the assist by George.
Hey, they've broken the seal. 3 misses to start, but now they're in business.
Here's Bailey. Back to George. Jazz passing it around. From downtown, Wilson grabs the board. Brooklyn's gone, just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. So it looks like the Nets will retain possession here. And let's go to the sideline. Here's Allen.
Will Hardy gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. We talked about Paul George and what his game plan was for keeping him in check. He said it's never going to be easy with him, but I told our guys I want constant communication. Talk when screens are coming, switch when we need to. We need to be highly active guarding him. Let's see how effective they are against him tonight. Guys, back to you.
Thank you once again, Allie. And maybe more than any team in the West, GA, the Jazz, really committing to the rebuild.
Well, in the West, it seems like you got 13 or 14 teams all trying to win now, and it just doesn't work that way. So it's not just about talent. It's also about timing.
Bailey passes to Filipowski. Too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation. First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. And so he hits the technical free throw. You know, Greg, in recent seasons, Lauri Markkanen has taken on a leadership role.
And Markkanen has been the featured player on some very young teams, and he's really embraced that role, proving to be a positive influence both on and off the court.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
Outside for Thomas. No good from outside.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
Pass to Bailey. Now Filipowski. Outside Markkanen. Here's George. And he banks in the layup.
And after missing 4 straight, he finally gets one to go.
And so MV will bring it up for the Nets. Trailing by 2. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Nuggets.
Yeah, tough game on the road. The guys you're defending, obviously comfortable shooting in their own building. You've got to find a way to break their rhythm.
Well, they weren't fighting through screens. Their closeouts and rotations were late. You name it, and let's just say they didn't do it on defense.
Kessler with the bucket.
The tenacity on the interior, just battling, bringing that effort and will for second chance moments.
Pass to George. Sharp with a screen on Markkanen. They grab their own miss. A 3 from MP. Trains it from beyond the arc. MP's got a couple of threes now in the first with the Nets.
What's not to like? He's been really good so far. Good start.
Now Bailey for the three. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
And how can you not love this rookie? Bailey coming right back with a three of his own.
Kicks it out to Wilson. George dishes to MP. Just 5 on the clock. And Sharp has it in the corner. Shoots over Filipowski. Again, the Nets for 2.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
I've been on the edge of my seat courtside. Man, this has been a barn burner.
Here's Kessler. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Bailey with a wide open look. No good with the triple. The Nets with the lead. MP inside. Working on George. MP looking around. Sharp with this screen on George. Kicks it out to Wilson. Good, and it's MP picking up the assist. Wilson's got 5 now.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Now, here is George. 20 points for him last game against Golden State.
And developing that three-ball shot, George is putting in the work now.
MP passes to Thomas. The 3-ball. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
You can just see the passion and love with which he plays the game. You see how he prepares, the work ethic, the way he interacts with his teammates. And when he hits the floor, it's all about the game.
Slow going for him this quarter. The defense putting up a good fight.
MP outside. Pass to Wilson. And it's sent back by Kessler. Outside, George. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. And let's now take a look at some of the numbers for MP.
And guys, how about the surge of offense he's experiencing right now? These last 5 games, he's been a machine at the offensive end. A different score than he had been earlier in the season. We'll find out if he can keep it going here tonight.
George, no good.
Well, it isn't for a lack of effort when it comes to getting up the three-pointers, but not much to show for it. He's going to lose the green light.
From the Nets, Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Sharp. Williams comes in for Cameron Thomas. And MP subbed in for Demon. Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Here's Bailey. Cranes the three-pointer. Bailey's got the lead up to 7 now for the Jams.
There's no question Bailey can score from anywhere. The defense cannot allow this guy to run free.
Markkanen is out there with Filipowski. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic. Then there's Bailey. And it's Sensabaugh in at the 2 spot. That's the group right now for Utah. And it's Bailey in the corner. And he can extend the lead to double digits.
And imagine how good they'll look if he can start to chip in a bit more offensively.
And here is MP. He's coming off a 25-point game against the Nuggets in Denver. 5 to shoot. Oh, that's a monster jam by MP.
Making sure of that one. MP at ground zero.
Bailey passes to Nurkic. This one for 3. Bailey misses. Nets trail by 5. Back to MP. And George kicks to MP. Let's go. Another miss by MP.
See, that miss right there, it's why teams try to avoid the mid-range jumper these days.
And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Nets. MP inside. It's stolen by Bailey. Pass to Nurkic. Here's Sensabaugh. He picked up 15 points in their last win against Golden State. Filipowski finds Nurkic. Fires from deep. And it's Bailey that time, the assist by Nurkic. Bailey's got a pair of triples in the second now for Utah. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Jazz.
From the very start of this game, they have been giving the ball handlers trouble, using good pressure to force turnovers and get steals.
And also, given the game is more fast-paced nowadays, I like the way they've capitalized in transition, keeping their foot on the gas.
The three from George. And the Nets miss again. Jazz leading by 8. The Jazz working the ball around now. Pass to Markkanen. Nurkic setting the pick for Markkanen. He wants to get it to Nurkic and does.
And Nurkic doing everything right on that pick and roll here, and it all starts with a good screen.
And so Jordi Fernandez decides to call timeout. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out. And the Jazz making a change here. Kessler's checked in. Aaron Sharp, he's checked in for Brooklyn. It's Williams high post. He has yet to score.
And after connecting twice from deep in the first quarter, he hasn't been able to drain another here in the second.
And here we go. MP heading to the hoop.
I can tell fresh legs when I see him. Look at the young legs of MP getting out on the break.
Here's Bailey. He picked up 15 points in their last win against Golden State.
And I love what he's been able to do on the glass, securing some extra possessions for his team.
Stolen by Wilson. Down low. Here's George. And it's George finishing it off.
I like to see that. PG getting after it.
Jazz leading by 6. Here's Sensabaugh. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. Markkanen from outside. A rebound by the Nets. Let's go to the sideline and see what Allie LaForce has dug up for us. Allie, take it away.
Well, MP in the last matchup against the Nuggets was lights out. He had 25 points and did a nice job of spreading the ball around. He had his fingerprints all over that game, affecting the outcome in a number of ways, guys.
Hey, Allie, thanks for the great report. You're right. He was a one-man wrecking crew in that one.
Yeah, he was not going to let them lose that game. We'll see if he comes in with that same attitude tonight.
And I'll be interested to see if the opposition looks to double him, because this should open up opportunities for his teammates to get going.
Sharp sets the pick for Williams. Just 5 to shoot. MP showing the range.
If MP buries those catch-and-shoot chances, he'll have a very long career in this league.
Here's Sensabaugh. Covered by MP. Kessler, no good.
Had enough room to finish, and that's one he'll usually make.
And the shot is good. And that's 15 points for MP.
And MP is in fuego right now. If I'm on his team, I'm going to keep feeding them and feeding them.
Here's Sensabaugh. Wants to get to Kessler and does.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Here's MP. George hacks a 2-pointer. Kessler with the rebound. Kessler's got 7 rebounds in the game. Pass to Sensabaugh. Over to the wing. Launches it. The shot goes in. First of the night. He's 1 for 3 to start the game.
And they've got to talk to each other on D there. Miscommunication, and now he's able to make them pay.
Stolen by Markkanen. Pass to Bailey. sends the ball. 5 points in the game. Bailey passes to Markkanen. Jacks up a three. The rebound by Paul George. George has got 5 rebounds tonight. To the middle. Here's Bailey. And the layup falls. Bailey's got 8 points in the quarter.
And defensive heals every time the
outside Williams. Back to MP. A fader. That one is no good. He is 6 for 11 in the game.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
And he continues to cast away, but the results just haven't been there tonight.
Spins. MP strong inside.
And he has been on fire this quarter in terms of his scoring. Hopefully that fire spreads to his other guys and they can rally.
And so the timeout by Will Hardy here. He's ready to talk things through with them. George is checked in for Utah. And a switch here for Brooklyn. Thomas checked in for Zaire Williams. There's 1:54 left here in the second. Outside, George. Back to Filipowski. Markkanen from outside. And it's MP with the rebound. Nets trail by 8. And Thomas has it in the corner. Good, and the assist goes to MP. MP's got 4 assists now tonight. Outside, Markkanen. Pass to Filipowski. Nice ball movement by Utah. MP grabs the miss. Nets shooting for the game at 42%. Outside Wilson. Off target from 3-point range.
You can't miss those, but even the best do on occasion.
George passes to Markkanen. Another miss by Utah.
And let's be honest, they're winning in spite of his atrocious shooting performance.
George against MP. Pass to Thomas. Shot clock at 5. Lets it go. It's good, and the Jazz lead is cut to just 3 points on the basket from MP.
Oh, nice jumper from MP there. But he is going to have to do a lot better job if they want to try and contain it.
Outside, George. And here is Markkanen. Paul George with the steal. Sinks that one from the post. George has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Way ahead of the field. He can do pretty much whatever he wants.
And those might be the easiest points of the month for him.
And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. It's the Jazz up 1. From the Delta Center, it's the NBA on 2K Sports.
Man, we've talked about it so much. Hard to believe we're almost an all-star weekend.
I'm interested to see which new face. And when we look at the first half for the Nets, a close contest so far.
I like the way they've been running, pushing the ball, putting their defense on its heel.
That'll do it for our show tonight.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. You look at MP in this one, he's been everywhere.
And the way that he has helped out with the ball movement has been a difference maker early on.
And it's a role we don't always see him in, but he's done a great job tonight getting the rest of his team involved.
Starting off the second half, here's Jordi Fernandez's 5. Wilson out there with Paul George. Then it's MP. Then it's Thomas. And it's Sharp in at the center position. There's always a need for shot makers in the NBA, GA, and that's what Ace Bailey brings to the fore.
Bailey has a smooth jumper with a high release point that allows him to shoot over just about any defender. And when you pair that with his physical tools, his upside is through the roof.
MP against George. Wilson the pass to Thomas. Outside for George. And again, it's the Nets missing.
Not an ideal start to the second half for them. 0 for 3.
Bailey passes to Filipowski. Now Bailey. Pass to Markkanen. Here's George. The bucket is good. He'll have a chance for one more. It's going to be on MP.
And nice touch inside. George can finish from all 3 levels.
This will be his 3rd free throw shot of the game.
And take a look at what he's been able to do at the free throw line. 82% more than acceptable.
Outside for George. The putback. Rebound, Utah. Kessler's got double-digit rebounds now in the game.
Ouch. 5 shots without a make. That's a really ragged start coming out of halftime.
Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Now, here's Thomas. 8 points for him. Over Bailey. And with that shot, the Jazz lead is cut down now to just 4 points with the basket from Thomas.
He's someone opposing defenses have a hard time getting.
And so Markkanen will bring it up for the Jazz. At one point, they led by 16. Niang out there with Nurkic. Then it's Lauri Markkanen. Then there's Kyle Anderson. And it's Sensabaugh in at the 1. That's the 5 on the floor for the Jazz. Ahead, here's Williams. The shot's good on the assist by George. George has got 3 assists in the game.
Exceptional vision. George tearing up the defense when they leave one of his teammates uncovered.
Pass to Sensabaugh. Buried from 15 feet out. And the Jazz lead by 13.
Loved the assist. I mean, he knew exactly where that bounce pass had to be to create that opportunity.
Outside Williams. Here's Claxton. MP outside. 5 on the clock. The Nets need to get a shot off here. And Claxton throws it down.
Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful 2-hand jam. Outside Markkanen. There's the triple. It's hauled in by Claxton. Claxton's got his 6th rebound on the night. A nice shot by MP.
You want to get the ball to MP around the hoop. That was a good job there.
Outside Markkanen. Pass to Niang. He had a chance to catch up on some numbers here. Scoring breakdown for the Jazz.
Oh, they've been punishing the inside defense consistently in this one. Look, it's been a very productive area of the floor for them.
And another thing they've been doing all game long is knocking down the 3. Shooting has been a big part of their game plan tonight.
Claxton sets the screen for Williams. Oh, good on the triple. Jazz leading by 9. Here's Markkanen. Banked in off the glass. And we've heard some coaches complaining about players getting away with traveling. Is that something, Greg, the league needs to clean up?
Well, it's inevitable that a few of those calls are going to be missed. But listen, you'd rather have that than officials whistling travels that didn't happen.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
He's just riding the wave of momentum right now, getting to his spots and keeping things simple on the offensive side.
Back to Anderson. Nurkic, a screen on MP. Anderson passes to Nurkic and finished off by Nurkic.
It's the sheer size of Nurkic. It's his girth. It is so tough to contend with.
And Jordi Fernandez has called a timeout. Clearly, he's got something his players need to hear, and immediately. Walker Kessler, he's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. And a switch here for Brooklyn. Sharp's checked in. Man. And the Nets miss again.
And the edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead. That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over it.
MP finds a gap. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Well, the defense tries to collapse on MP's drive, but he just refuses to back out.
Well, probably a little draft in the arena tonight. He's the last guy you expect to miss the mark by that much.
Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Back to Anderson. Inside. The Jazz need to get off a shot here. Sensabaugh, no good.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
Yeah, he needs to mix things up on the offense. He simply just can't keep missing shots at this rate because he's destroying his teammates.
Anderson right side. Here's Sensabaugh to the inside. Kessler.
It's harder to thread those passes inside, but the reward is evident.
Nets trail by 12. MP passes to Man, and the 3 off target. For Utah, they've gone 4 of 8 in this fourth quarter, shooting at even 50% from the field. Here's Henderson. The rebound by the Nets. George has got his 7th rebound here tonight. And a wide open look for MP. Off target from outside.
And I wouldn't put it past him, guys, to eventually start hitting those, given what he did in the first half.
Pass to Sensabaugh. Clock at 6. To the right side. Lets it go with the 3. Good defense by MP.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
The rebound by Anderson. Anderson's got his 5th rebound in this one. Pass to Kessler. Nice ball movement by Utah. The Jazz again can't hit it.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the 3.
MP kicks to Williams. Back to MP. And the shot goes in. That's now 26 points for MP.
And he's doing everything he can offensively to lift them out of this hole. But I'm not sure his hot shooting can do it alone.
And Will Hardy calls timeout here. It's a chance for them to regroup and refocus. So it's both teams making substitutions here. It's time to send it over now to our reporter, Allie LaForce.
I was able to listen in on what Will Hardy was going over with his team. And despite the lead, they are still coaching this team hard. In the huddle, they told their guys to stay alert. Do not give them anything easy. They want to protect this late lead, guys.
And Allie, thanks so much. Pass to Bailey. Stolen by Thomas. Here we go, one-on-one. The 3 from MP. Rebound, Utah. When this game is done, they'll be off to take on the Raptors. That sets off a 5-game tour for them. And the foul called on MP. That's his 5th foul.
5th foul? Yeah, they're going to have to hide him on the defensive end from now on.
George against Markkanen. Pass to Bailey. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The 3. No good that time. Nets trail by 10. MP passes to George. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
This is how good George is. He can and will make shots going through the contact.
And so George will bring it up for the Jazz. Outside, Markkanen. For 3. And it's MV with the rebound.
Locking the arc down. Defense knows it's on them to scare off those shots.
Pass to Thomas. Now MP. Just 5 on the clock. Fades back. Kessler with the rebound. Kessler's got rebound number 15 here tonight. And finished off by Bailey.
What a big night for Bailey. Scoring it well. I have a feeling there are going to be a lot of these performances in his future.
And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
And despite the size disadvantage, attacking the heart of that defense.
Really unfazed. Throw his height right out the window there.
Pass to Markkanen. No good that time. Excellent D there from George. Nets trail by 7. Now MP from outside the arc. And it's George missing.
You know what? He's got to look to get other guys involved. The three-point stroke is off.
Kessler, no good.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
Just go to show how tight your timing needs to be on this kind of play.
George with the ball. Ace Bailey knocks down the 3.
And until he cools off, I keep the ball in his hand.
Nets trail by 10. Now MP. George with the steal. And we've got a whip. And so it's Brooklyn who scrapes by with the win. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with the dramatic late victory.
And Kevin,
MP, you were able to reach the 20.
Yeah, it's all about reps. Okay.
Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Dom, thanks. And that'll wrap it up, folks, with Richard Jefferson and Greg Anthony, and along with Alex.
you, MP.